Greetings to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to WAP FOU TV. If this may be your first time on this platform, this is where we demystify and simplify as well as exemplify elementary mathematics for your understanding. At WAP FOU TV, we equally support the education of underprivileged learners. Our goal is to cause young learners to grow up and love studying mathematics, science, technology, and engineering. In our last lesson, we talked about distance, and we promise you that today we are going to talk about speed, and we have a problem on the board concerning speed. So let's look at our first example. The question says a car left town A at 10 a.m. and reaches town B at 4 p.m. It covers a distance of 300 kilometers. A, how long does it take to arrive town B? And B, calculate the average speed of the car. This is our main focus. But because knowledge has no bounds, we want to equally calculate the time that it takes from town A to town B. And this time will help us to find our average speed. So let's move from what we know to what we don't know. The first thing, as far as A is concerned, is to calculate the departure time. Is 10 a.m. To better solve this, we are going to convert our time to 24-hour clock so that we can easily subtract. And we equally look at the arrival time, which is 4 p.m. And 4 p.m. is 16 hours of the day. And to find the time taken, we take arrival time minus departure time. If you put it across, it may be difficult to subtract, so we put it vertically. This is our arrival time here is 16 hours, and the departure time is 10 hours of the day. And if we subtract here 0 minus 0, we have 0. These are minutes, and the hours, 16 hours minus 10 hours is going to give us 6 hours. So our time will be equal to 6 hours. So this is what we have for A. Now let's go to B. B says calculate its average speed. To find average speed, we need to first of all identify the distance that it covered. Distance is equal to 300 kilometers. And we have to identify the time. We've just calculated is 6 hours. Therefore, speed is equal to distance divided by time. Or you can put distance divided by time like this. Here we substitute. This is equal to, our distance is 300 kilometers, and we divide this by 6 hours. Now you notice that kilometers and hours, nothing will simplify as we did in our previous lesson. And for this reason, our answer will bear kilometers and hours. So if you simplify this, 6 here one time, 6 into 35 times, into 0, 0. And here we have 50, so the answer will be 50 kilometers per hour. So as I mentioned, kilometers and hours are there, and because we are calculating the average speed, our average speed will be 50 kilometers per hour. This is what you can do if you are asked to find the speed. Let's look at the second example for better understanding. Okay. In our second example, it says a distance of 120 kilometers is covered in 4 hours. Find the average speed in A, kilometers per hour, and B, meters per minute. Our key thing here is to find the average speed, but they are equally asking us to find this in meters per minute, not only in kilometers per hour. So the first thing is, let's identify what we know. The first thing we know is the distance is equal to 120 kilometers, and the time is 4 hours. Therefore, speed is equal to distance divided by time. That is 120 kilometers divided by 4 hours. 4 here one time, 4 into 12 3 times, and 0 follows here. So that our average speed is 30 kilometers per hour. This is A. Now let's convert this to minutes. First of all, start by converting the distance into meters, then the hours to minutes. So 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. Therefore, 120 kilometers will be equal to 120 times 1000, which is going to give 120,000 meters. Then for the time, we have 4 hours. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Therefore, 4 hours is equal to 4 hours times 60. And this will give us 240 minutes. Our final distance in meters per minute will be speed equal to 120,000 meters divided by 240 minutes. So that meters and minutes will be there. That will be the unit of our answer. This 0 can do away with this 0. We can take 6 into 24 4 times, 6 into 12 2 times, and there are 3 zeros here. 4 into itself 1 time. 4 can go into 20 5 times. We squeeze it here, 5, and these 2 zeros will follow. So above we have 500 and below there is nothing. So our final answer will be equal to 500 meters per minute. This is what you can do as far as this question is concerned, be it in kilometers per hour or in meters per minute. This is all we had for you today as far as speed is concerned. In our next lesson, we are going to be looking at time. Do not miss this lesson. And until then, it is goodbye from us. To get more information, you can contact the numbers on the screen, or you can visit our website